Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. We had some questions as to whether or not our video capability was going to work today. It looks like it is. So, Gene and Daryl, we're in Chattanooga. It is an awesome day here. There's not a cloud in the sky. We figured we'd use a little bit of a different angle today to mix it up a little bit. And Daryl and I have been fielding a number of questions about our funding offering and how it goes down. And what we'd like to explain in this video is how a proof of funds letter is generated through the site, what you get, when you should do it, and how it applies to your deal. So you want to start us off, Daryl?
Sure. As you go on to quickcashfunding.com, that's KWKKASH funding.com. Obviously you know that already, seeing as you've gotten to this site, but when you go on to the website, you'll see a tab that says Proof of Funds Letter. It's very simple. You click on that tab, you put about a half a dozen pieces of information, the property address, how much money you're going to think you're going to need for your proof of funds, your email address, your phone number. How did you find us? Did somebody tell you about us? If somebody told you about us, we'd like you to tell us that in the comments. And so you put that in there, you click submit, and it literally generates a proof of funds letter in a letter format that gets emailed to you.
Tell them how much that costs.
It is absolutely free.
Free.
If you want to get on and submit, I think we've got a couple of guys that submit 20, 30 offers a week, and they get on and they do 20 to 30 proof of funds letters every week to submit with their offers. And so it's no charge. Go on there, use it till you're blue in the face. And literally the proof of funds letter is just that simple. You get onto our website, you fill out those small amounts of information, click submit. It emails you a copy of it. It emails us a copy of it and your information, and you've got an ability to print off a good, clean, nice looking proof of funds letter with my signature on the bottom of it.
Now, a couple of particulars just to fill in the gap. I'm going to kick it back over to Daryl here in just a second for one last piece, but the tab is proof of funds. It says proof of funds on the tab. If I'm not mistaken, it's the second to the last tab as you're looking at our page.
I think you're right.
Right? As Daryl said, there's only 5 or 6 blanks. On the comment section where you mentioned where you heard from us is because we got a great deal, and we're telling everybody about it, and we've taken on quite a few partners that are telling their partners about it as well. And so as a matter of good business, we like to follow up thoroughly. We tell people thank you where it's needed, and so we want to know what's working out there. So please fill out that comment section. As Daryl said, it's automatically generated through email, and so we know some investors that have even said we don't need a proof of funds, we don't use them. But as a general practice, we say get your proof of funds and put it in every package that you do. It's just yesterday, in fact, I talked with someone in Vegas who said, oh, it's just a matter of a general practice for me. I do it for every deal I put together. So we recommend that. We think that's a way of doing thorough business. But to kick it back over to Daryl, what you'll notice on the site is on the left-hand side of all of the tabs. Now remember, proof of funds tab is on the right-hand side, but closer to the left-hand side is another tab that says request funding. So there's 2 tabs. One's proof of funds. That's where you need to go. But there is a request funding tab that has a whole lot more detail. You want to just give a quick blurb as to what that tab's about?
Sure. That tab is when you actually need funding. And so you submit all the information so that we can have the documentation. Some of the main things we need is all about the property, as in address of the property, how much your actual needs for funds are. If you're going to need, if you submitted a proof of funds for $310,000, you may need $316,000 to cover all the costs. $316,284. So you'll actually put in what you actually need then. But we need your title company information at that point.
That's the big one.
your title company is who is really going to do the transaction with us. And so we need all of their contact information of whatever title company you're going to be using. So when you really are ready to close a deal and you need funds, the funding request tab and filling out that documentation, when you hit submit, that automatically sends that to us as well, and we know to follow up with you and start processing how much money do you need and when is the closing actually going to happen. So.
And we do these videos, by the way, everyone, for informational purposes. Doesn't mean that we're unapproachable. You know, we're talking about email because it's the way that we have streamlined the system. I'm Gene Redden. This is Darrell Noak. We're about as visible as it gets, so you know you can call us as well. We'll swap that information with us when you call us. But please visit the site first and bring us a deal. When you call us, have a deal in hand. Let's talk about it so we can loan you money. We're ready to do that. So au revoir for now, and we'll catch you in the next video. Sorry about getting all up close to you here.